What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video I'm going to answer the biggest question that I have got in the last month and a half. What do I like better, my Mark V Toyota Supra or my R35 Nissan GT-R? I've owned this now getting close to 2 years, this getting close to 2 months. And yeah, we're going to take the Supra out for a spin right now, talk about why I love this car, then take this GT-R out, get them mixed up, take the GT-R out, talk about why I like that. And just to kind of cut to the chase already, I like them both the same amount, but in completely different ways. They are drastically different. They do certain things well, certain things not well, but where this doesn't shine, this shines. Where this doesn't shine, this shines. So I love them both. Let's get in the Supra and talk more. So in the Toyota Supra, the things that I like about driving this car and owning it compared to the GT-R, it's really comfortable and smooth and easy to drive. Coming from the Nissan GT-R as my daily, it was a very rough car. It's very hard to drive, it's clunky, it's a very mechanical, old school feeling. The Supra, I really like how this car, I can just get in and drive it comfortably. I can kind of sit back, enjoy the ride. The suspension absorbs the bumps very nicely. The steering is lightweight. It's a very refined driving experience, especially around town. So for the Supra, I love its around town capabilities. And when I bought this, I was really hoping that it would be good at the around town slow speed stuff, because with the GT-R, it's not good at that stuff. It's just too clunky. The turning radius isn't good. It's not good in reverse because the all-wheel drive system, the transmission is not good at slow speeds. This car having the ZF8 speed is just so smooth. I can just, like I said, I can just drive it and just not worry about, is this going to be a weird turn to do, anything odd like that. It's just a very, very normal car to drive. So on top of the good city driving that I really like about this car, this is still a good performance car. It's really quick. The thing I like the most though, the handling is really sharp. The GT-R doesn't handle like this at all. So I like how with this car, it can be something I drive just the daily stuff around town, grocery shopping, to and from different areas around town, slow speed. But then I can still have a lot of fun with this, driving it like a performance car. While it has the good characteristics of a normal slow speed car, I just enjoy the fact that I can still then have some fun with it. So for me, the biggest appeal with the Supra is the fact that it is a very well-rounded car. And the things that this lacks is a raw experience. What I've noticed with a lot of new cars nowadays, and it's pretty much is across the board on every new car I've ever driven, they are kind of artificial feeling, and this has that sense to it. Not to necessarily say that's a bad thing. It's not a crappy feeling car or anything, but you do get the sense that this is not a raw mechanical sports car anymore. It's a modern, technological, savvy, modern day sports car, and I like the tech features in it. It does make this nicer for a daily. The heads-up display is cool. The lane keeping I don't actually ever use, but blind spot's cool. The radar cruise control, the way the navigation is, backup camera, parking sensors. So I like that it has all the technology in it, but it definitely loses that sense of occasion, I would say. And in all honesty, from an unbiased opinion, this is not a special car. I know that might trigger some owners out there, but it's really nothing too special. It's a very nice sports car. It's comfortable, it's fun to drive, it's pretty practical. It's, nothing too out of the ordinary as far as what it can do, but there's nothing really about it that is extra special to where you get in this and you are like, wow, I'm in something amazing and above and beyond. Not to say I don't like it, because I love what it does. It suits my needs very well as far as my daily driver goes. I honestly can't pick a better daily driver. This is exactly what I would want in this car, and this is really everything I wanted this new Supra to be. I bought it to be my daily driver normal car, but of course I still wanted it to be a fun to drive sports car because I'm used to driving a GTR, so I still want something that is going to give me the fun factor. And the Supra totally does that. But then back to what it doesn't have is the fact that the sense of occasion it doesn't have. So with that said, let's now hop in the R35 GT-R and talk about why I love that car equally, even though it's not good in town. But that car, there is something special about it. Alright, so we are now into the Nissan GT-R. Now, if you are new to the channel, this has a ton of mods. I've done quite a lot of work to it. This is a full stage 3 setup. It's about 600 wheel horsepower. So it's not stock. I have an Armytrix full exhaust with the valves open. It's straight piped, and it is insane. Now, I'm going a completely different road than we were just on in the Supra because this is not good around town. Like I said in the Supra, when you come to a stop, you hear the transmission go into first gear. You can hear the bell housing and transmission idling. You can hear it spinning. When you first accelerate, you will feel the transmission engage. There is a lot of mechanical feelings to this car. And the last few months of owning the GT-R as my daily, I kind of got sick of it. It kind of got annoying having this as my only car, my daily driver. Just the slow speed was very annoying. But now with the Supra, it kind of takes that pressure off the GT-R to have to do the daily commute. This is now more of a weekend car, and I take this out when I just want to enjoy driving something very special. And as you can see, I'm already smiling a lot because when I'm driving this car, it just gives me such a sense of kind of the old days, you know, the old school supercar feeling. And on top of that, this car brand new was $105,000. My Supra was $56,000. So the GT-R is about twice the price. New for new, a 2020 GT-R is about $110,000, I believe. So they're not exactly competitor cars. It's twice the price, and with that you get twice the drama, twice the raw experience. And for me, driving the GT-R now, I love it even more now that I got the Supra. The Supra really was a blessing in so many ways because it now made me love one of my dream cars even more. I worked 10 years to be able to buy this car, and I started getting ready to say maybe it's time to sell it, get on to something else. But with the Supra, it makes me just get such an amazing sense when I'm in this car. There's something about these old school supercar performing vehicles that new cars don't have. And like I was saying, with the new Supra and a lot of new cars, in all honesty, they all have that sense of artificial feeling, kind of just a faker feeling that isn't mechanical. This car, every single thing about it, the transmission, the engine, the drivetrain, even the feeling of the leather and the materials in it is very real. Every single thing you feel in this car actually happened. Like the noises you hear, the turbo spooling, the blow-off valve noises, the transmission engaging, it's all real. There's no piped-in sound or anything like that, and it just gives you a sense of occasion. When I drive this car now, even if I am going around town where the suspension is bumping on every bump, the transmission is clunking, it puts a smile on my face because I know new cars don't do that, and it's amazing to drive a car that is like this. So as I come to a stop now, I don't know if the camera will hear it, you can hear the transmission change. It's just got a cool feeling. And then this, when you are in manual mode, this is just as dramatic and raw as an actual manual transmission. I know some people think that this is just an automatic sports car, but it is anything like an automatic. I'm sure the camera just went crazy, but this car just has like that crazy feeling of acceleration, and the straight pipe, of course. But everything about this car is just special. It's very cool to drive. So this is a better performance car, a better supercar, but the Supra is a better daily and a better normal car. So I love having both of the cars because they really complement each other very well. And I'm interested to know, for those of you who own either a GT-R or a Supra, what's your other car? Do you have another car? Because I've never owned two cars, but I absolutely love owning these two together. honestly, it's 50-50. I'm happy about that too, because when I first bought the Supra, I thought I'd probably sell this soon enough because the Supra can do everything. But then after like 2-3 weeks straight driving the Supra every day, not really driving this, when I got back in this when the Supra was gone for a few days, I just really got to appreciate what this car had to offer. And it really made me start appreciating again what the old school cars have that new cars don't have at all. And as much as the newer cars are becoming faster and better technology and safer and just better technically in every single way, the old cars have something that we are missing. But anyways, that is it for today's video. Be sure to give it a huge thumbs up, smash that subscribe button. Stay tuned for plenty more videos to come with both cars. My brother has the Corvette C8 on order, so that'll be pretty interesting comparing his Corvette to my two cars. And of course, he's got the Tacoma. But that is it, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.